Hello. I'd like to provide you with a brief overview of our strategic plan, which frames all we do as an ESD. Our plan was developed with input from the board, executive and administrative teams, and with guidance from various stakeholder groups. Our initial plan development began in the fall of 2012 and was building on the success of our previous work, where we determined we would follow an evolutionary rather than revolutionary course. After months of research and data review, we identified three broad areas that continue to serve as a framework for all of our efforts. They are close the gap, grow our people, and influence change. In this overview, I will provide an introduction to the aims of these three pillars of our work and introduce you to some of the major initiatives connected to them. Let's look first at close the gap. Our goal is an ambitious one, to close learning and opportunity gaps in our region. Currently, there are numerous troubling disparities in educational attainment in our region, which are connected to issues of poverty, language, and other social, emotional, and economic factors. Our efforts towards closing the gap in our region are organized in three broad groups. The first is works related to early learning. Building on our existing strengths in our Head Start and ECAP program, we're striving to build expanded partnerships in communities to improve learning outcomes and transitions from preschool to grade 3. Our second area of emphasis is leader development. We know we cannot achieve our goals alone. Our purpose is to build capacity in systems and in leaders from the classroom to the boardroom, and that they're critical in closing the gap. Some examples of our work in this area include superintendent's learning walks, partnerships with district teams within the Washington Leadership Academy, and cohorts of teacher leaders preparing to implement the Common Core. Our third area in Close the Gap is district outreach. The ESD, through extensive review of our region's data, has identified 3 communities for wraparound assistance. Supported through funds appropriated by the ESD board, we're deeply engaged with and extensively supporting the communities of Hood Canal, Lake Quinault, and to a lesser extent the Taholah School District. Supports include professional development planning, placement of community liaisons, and delivery of focused staff training. That's Close the Gap. Our next area of strategic emphasis is to grow our people, where we believe in the purposeful development of our already exemplary staff is critical to achieving our goals. Within this goal area, we have 3 broad strategies identified to build capacity of the ESD to serve and respond to regional needs. And those strategies are, first, focusing on employee orientation. We know successful posting, screening, selection, and induction of our staff are critical first steps in ensuring we have the capacity to serve our region. Improving the transition of newly selected staff into the culture of the ESD and providing them with training and support to fulfill their roles ensures continuity of service and will accelerate the development of our human capital. Our second strategy is agency-wide professional development. It's very clear that individuals, teams, and divisional professional development is ongoing and effective. What we've never really tried as an organization is engagement in ESD-wide shared learning. This year, we're taking the first steps into this world by engaging with partners in leadership through the learning of the Oz principle. Our purpose for this effort is twofold. First, to learn together about organizational culture and our roles in shaping culture toward improved results. And second, to learn how we learn as a group. Our final strategy, and one which will touch all of us, is a change in our current professional management practices or performance management practices. We believe our employees are the best anywhere, and by supporting them through improved feedback and ongoing dialogue about growth, we'll grow our people even further. Starting in the fall of 2015, we'll be learning together as we implement a growth-focused process of employee feedback and support. That's grow our people. The final pillar of our strategic plan is how we influence change. Our intention in this area is related to advocacy for equity and effective communication of ESD solutions. There are 4 broad areas in this goal, and the first is to develop and adopt an agency-wide communication framework and standards. You've likely seen some of our new ESD logos and value propositions, which is my partner for learning solutions. But as a result of our rebranding efforts, we've created new graphics for staff use, which include templates for agency and departmental use for new letterhead, new business cards, templates for course and event flyers, templates for presentations, and even new signage for ESD vehicles. Our purpose in creating a new regional place identifier, focusing on new graphics and templates, is to build brand awareness. The goal is to consistently communicate the ESD as a partner in learning solutions through all our web, print, and presentation materials. Second, we've developed an annual plan for all agency communications that is provided to our various partners. Our communications plan is comprehensive and very detailed. A copy is available on our staff webpage. One example of our communications materials, which is published under those standards, is our quarterly publication, The Spotlight. The Spotlight provides stories of regional importance and helps tell the story of regional success and ESD services. Articles are also placed on our website to help keep content fresh and interesting. Third, we work with regional and state leaders to frame policy documents designed to influence state-level and regional policymakers in their decision-making. For example, we recently developed a legislative platform for the upcoming session, supported by all 44 of our region's school districts. We also prepare an annual accountability report to our region summarizing ESD services, our funding sources, and district participation in various programs and support offerings. A final example is the ongoing engagement of ESD leaders in community partnership groups, such as Mike Hickman's advocacy and involvement in the Cascade Pacific Alliance. Our final effort within Influence Change is to consistently review our costs and evaluate the benefits of our current models and consider possible new approaches. One example is the recent analysis of contracting versus staffing full-time someone for communications work in relation to our print material development. That's our strategic plan framework, which shapes our work in large and small ways across the entire agency. As a visual reminder of our plan and goals, you'll find signage above the ESD reception area that summarizes our work in closing the gap, growing our people, and influencing change. That's your Capital Region ESD 113 Strategic Plan Framework. If you have any questions, please feel free to call, email, or stop in. I look forward to our continued work in partnership and support and service of our region and for the development of further efforts related to our strategic plan. Thank you.